Onto a story from Ethiopia with great parallels here in Kenya. The first female president of the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia, Meaza Ashenafi, has a lot in common with Kenya's Chief Justice, Martha Koome.
Both honed their craft as activists, championing the equality of women in their respective countries, and now they have both risen to the helm of their countries' respective judicial systems. Waihiga Mwaura visited the Apex Court situated in Addis and spoke to the Ethiopian trailblazer.
In the 4-kilo section of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, sits the Apex Court of the land, the Federal Supreme Court of Ethiopia. Chief Justice Meaza Ashenafi has now settled in 3 years after she was appointed to the position by the Federal Parliamentary Assembly. Some of her immediate reforms included ensuring that more women served in the justice system. And this unassuming lady in pink is actually one of the first female bodyguards allotted to the courts. The Chief Justice reflects on her tenure so far.
Being the first in any field of endeavor is a challenge because it generates a lot of curiosity, support, as well as expectation. But so far, I believe we're doing well.
With very few women at the helm of government across the African continent, Chief Justice Meaza has been keenly following the rise of Chief Justice Martha Koome.
I'm very happy finally that Martha Koome was confirmed as Chief Justice, and I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate her as well as the nation. Because, as you mentioned, she has been in the system in the judiciary for a number of years, but previous to that, she was an advocate for human rights, women's rights, and children's rights. And similar to what I have expressed about myself, that dimension, that perspective for human rights, equity, fairness, will be very useful to lead the judiciary.
Meaza is the co-founder of the Ethiopian Women Lawyers Association, where she served as executive directress for 8 years. And she also co-founded Enat Bank, the first women's bank in Ethiopia, with the goal of ensuring financial independence of women while providing all clients with exemplary service.
The fact that I am leading the judiciary, and as you know, in Ethiopia, not only me, but 50% of the cabinet, as well as the president of the country, is a woman. So that impact in terms of, playing the role model is very important for young women.
Her most famous case as a lawyer and women's rights activist was turned into the 2014 Ethiopian film Different, which was promoted by Angelina Jolie as an executive producer and went on to win the World Cinema Dramatic Audience Award at the 2014 Sundance Film Festival. Now, the film is based on a court case tried by Meaza that resulted in the outlawing of the tradition of kidnapping girls to be forced into marriage in Ethiopia. Meaza leads the judiciary at a time when Ethiopia is facing a challenging conflict in the north, specifically the Tigray area of the country, where government forces have been battling forces loyal to the region's leaders, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, since November 2020. Can justice prevail where peace is not guaranteed?
The judiciary has a very specific mandate that is upholding rule of law and based on specific case that is presented before it. On the other hand, the judiciary is not an island. Whatever reform we are trying to do will be successful only if there is peace and stability.
Whilst reforming the judiciary has been her most complex task, she believes she is on track to achieve the promises she made in her 3-year reform plan.
Our clearance rate has improved immensely. I give you the data for this year. Over 75% of the cases that came to court have been disposed in less than 1 year. And we want to improve on that record by implementing the case flow management directive effectively. And the most important legacy I would like to have is a people-centered court service.
The mother of two hopes that judiciaries across Africa can work closely together to deliver justice to the people as the continent goes through various transitions. Waihiga Mwaura, Citizen TV.